All right, welcome back to Bottle Jobs. We are back here with another episode, and we're joined today by Ruben and Jervis. How are you guys doing today?
Hey man,
Not too
how's it
bad,
going?
not too bad.
All right,
Been a
all
minute.
right. Preseason is finally over. The new season is upon us. We're going to be focusing a little bit more on Manchester United today, because in the previous session, me and Jervis didn't really get our dose of Manchester United, and
First time was
as
so nice, you had to do it
did it
twice.
twice. But this one's going to be a little bit more in depth, going in a bit more detail about how the preseason has gone so far, what kind of shape the squad is starting to take, and how do we see Carrick's vision in the squad that's starting to build. And also we'll end a little at the end with previewing our first game of the season against Hull on Saturday. At the time of recording right now on Thursday, as far as we know, United have made 3 signings so far. There's Andre Santos, there's Yuri Tielemans, and Carl Darlow. We're talking mainly about first team signings. Obviously, they've made some other signings in the youth academy and players that potentially could have a future. But first team signings, that's what we know. And at the time of recording, Carlos Baliba has been linked. The deal seems to be here we go soon. So we are yet to see what really happens there. But let's first begin by just previewing the preseason. United started their preseason almost about a month ago, and the last game of the preseason ended with a unexpected,
Suffering.
I would say, suffering. And as Jervis said, it ended with a bit of suffering because we lost 4-2 to Ruben Amorim's AC Milan. Who would have written a better script than that, right, Jervis?
It just had to be us. You just knew it, bro, from the beginning. We were calling it, we were joking about it, but if there's one thing we know about United is that they find a way to make these things come to fruition, and it just so happened. Yeah.
They also, I mean, the preseason, AC Milan were like losing all their games pretty much. They
Lost
were
to
not having
Celtic, lost to Chelsea.
But now all of a sudden they have all that Ruben Amorim tactic just started to click, huh?
Started to click big time.
Yeah.
The wing backs look like they were coached for years and not just 3 games.
Yeah.
They were making us run around in circles, chasing them towards the end. We're trying to dispossess them. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe our players are the problem, bro.
I mean, Ruben Amorim also just looked like a glowing personality. Yeah, at that end, you saw him. He's just like he's living up to that whole thing. You can tell. My
And
guy
the problem
is
is even that game. I don't know if you watched. Like the first goal came from just like them switching off, and it came from a set piece, right? The second goal was a mistake. Actually, 2 mistakes. The second one was actually in the first half where we should have scored that penalty. Could have been 2-0 then.
Bruno missed the pen, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of worrying also, right?
Kind of
Bruno's missed like
maybe.
2 pens in a row at the moment, so
I guess you
don't
can
know.
miss them all you want in preseason as long as you score them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
It's only preseason, mate, isn't it?
It's only preseason. Yeah, we don't talk about results. We don't dissect them too much. But no, I mean, and the second one we scored also just came from a mistake. But apart from that, they look pretty sound and they look more comfortable on the ball. And every time they were in possession, and it was mostly just through that right hand side with like Chukwueze, but we always just look vulnerable, and that's Luke Shaw's side as well, basically, right? So
yeah.
I
mean, I didn't watch the game really, but what was worrying is that we know it's preseason. Okay, fine. I mean, you can't look too much into it, but it's the last game of preseason, and this is your chance to show what level of intensity and cohesion are you starting to form. This is the last real test that you get to see, and it was the first game where pretty much all of our squad is back. We saw Marcus Rashford, we saw Kobe Mainoo, Bruno, all of these players kind of playing together for the first time in that team together. So it was just a little bit worrying that, like you said, how easily it was that Carrick's tactics were kind of figured out so quickly within that game, right? Because like you said, that there was like a period in the second half. I didn't watch it, but from the highlights that I saw, there's a period in the second half where like we just conceded 3 goals like in quick succession. Like we just had no answer to it at all.
I think 2 of them were almost identical, like I said, like from that down that right hand side. And there was a bit of, I think, was it maybe the 4th goal that Ramos scored, Goncalo Ramos. I thought he was fucking great for them also. They just like played it like Rondo style around us with ease, and then got it out wide to Chukwueze, put a ball in, unmarked at the far post. Easy fucking header for Ramos.
When did Goncalo Ramos join AC Milan, bro?
Exactly.
I had no idea.
I had no clue.
That was my reaction while watching the game, He had a baller of a game also. He had a good game.
No.
Man, all these players only come back to haunt us, bro. This guy didn't have any kind of pre World Cup at all. But yeah, when it's United time, okay, let's turn it up,
Nah.
And
I
yeah, I don't
think
know.
another thing that was worrying was that you expect to like maybe to
Yeah.
sort of adapt on the go and like figure things out for yourself during the game, but we didn't see that also. Like we didn't see our defense just sort of like regroup and like, just sort of calm things down, like yeah, try and
That was also
well
what apparently, I mean, what I at least see from Carrick's United is that he wants the team to play in such a manner also where the individuals on the pitch are having to do a lot of the figuring out themselves. That
yeah,
they're given foundations and principles of how they are supposed to execute certain things, but that it's not like this regimented principle like the way Ruben Amorim was trying to implement.
Yeah.
Like you have these strict principles, strict style of play, strict combination plays, and that's the only way you can do it, and no other way. Where in fact, Carrick leaves a lot for the players to decide in game on the pitch, allowing them to be in positions where they feel comfortable and natural. But what that also exposes us to is the fact that if the players are not making good decisions, as we saw in that game against AC Milan in the second half, I think, where we saw Tielemans, Bruno, and Santos in midfield, which I think is probably going to be our
On
starting
paper, probably
midfield.
seem like our strongest midfield, but
It's
to
the
be honest,
strongest
also
midfield. But they were turning over
Tielemans,
possession very
yeah,
quickly
yeah,
in that
maybe looks a
midfield.
bit off the pace also.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just me, but yeah.
So I don't know. This is a little bit worrying at the moment when you look at Carrick's
And you know what? There
vision.
was some semblance of what
Yeah,
Ruben Amorim was trying to build also. You could see it. Like when I say they were
yeah,
just like, we were struggling to get the ball off them, it just looked
yeah,
like they had an extra man on the pitch at all times towards the end.
yeah.
And yeah, maybe that's something we could have seen at United if we'd stuck by him. But yeah, I don't know. This may
It
not have
never
been
go
an
right.
indication of like
Yeah.
what your average Premier League game would look like in a season, but I feel like these are the kind of games we might see a lot more of in Europe against like maybe quality like Spanish sides or German sides like a Bayern Munich, and this is probably where we'd get spanked around or like struggle, I think, a little bit.
And that's a little bit worrying because I mean these types of games where United, I think under Carrick are trying to become a team that isn't like Amorim's team was, where they were trying to be this system based team. Under Carrick is pretty much this front-footed counter-attacking team. It's also the way we see him set up also in the games that we've seen since he took over in January, where it's like the forwards are pressing quite high up the pitch. And the idea is that you're pressing high, and if you win the ball high up with four forwards kind of up front, you can very quickly overload the opposition's defense and create goal scoring opportunities.
Yeah.
But what that does is basically it is exposing you a lot at the back. And that's kind of what we saw in the case against AC Milan, and especially with Luke Shaw's side, because the front four were kind of very narrow in their press. You know what? Maybe I will just share what I was trying to show earlier also to you, Jervis. But let's look at a little tactics board, because I think we'll be able to explain that a little bit better on how it was that Amorim's team very quickly and very easily figured it out. Now, what you're seeing over here, of course, is just the full squad. But let's say, I mean, in game, what we see a lot happening is that, correct me if I'm wrong also here, Jervis, when you're looking at it, that we have this front four. I'm going to put like our center forward, our left winger, our right winger. These guys are kind of almost very narrow. And then when they're pressing, they kind of assume this shape almost. And you've got these sort of two central midfielders out here.
Yeah.
And then your sort of fullbacks act as like sort of the wingers. So what happened is, in classic United fashion, Amorim's system of 3-5-2 never really worked at United, but it worked perfectly like a charm over here because what it meant is that Luke Shaw over here had a lot of distance to cover, as you see, up and down. Because Amorim, let me see if I put in like the away players, Amorim's team, the Chukwueze, who was a sort of wing back, and then let me say they had this sort of full back here. They were just dropping deep, which meant Shaw had to come all the way up here, and then obviously, by the time actually Shaw does that covering, this guy has already played the ball to his midfielder here. Chukwueze has already gone past Luke Shaw and the ball has already been played.
Actually, the more common
Yeah.
like route they took was it would like play out from the back. It would go to that left wing back, circulate between him and like the left side midfielder, and there was
Yeah.
always just like a diagonal ball because Chukwueze was just like
Yeah, he
found
was
in space
always
because
he was always running
that
in behind his
happened
man.
over
Yeah.
and over again. And that was just like
Yeah.
an outlet they like exploited constantly.
So this was
But
a little bit
yeah,
worrying to see almost that, how easily sort of even in preseason itself, a team has been able to figure out kind of Carrick's system. Because what this also tells me is that what we have in the squad right now is probably not sufficient. And maybe I will just clean it up a little bit here now, but we see that the way United are set up right now, and the squad that is shaping up is not really it's not really sufficient, because when you're looking at a team like this, you have a huge weakness, I would say, especially at the left back position, but also in the center forward position, I would say. But especially at left back, because Luke Shaw, we've seen already, is extremely injury prone. He's been in United for like 13 years at this point in time. And out of 13, I don't know, you can probably count on one hand how many good seasons he's actually given us. And that's a pretty bad return, I would say.
yeah,
But last season, it was one game a week, only domestically. When it's 3 games a week, when you're in multiple competitions and multiple fronts, I just don't see how we can go into this season without any real left back's depth in the squad. That's
yeah.
a huge point of contention for me, I think. But I don't know, what do you think, Ruben? Also, because this is just like a very from a Real Madrid perspective, of course, you're spoiled with choices that there's always kind of squad. There's always a guarantee that
Squad
you're going to
depth.
get good
Yeah.
squad depth.
Yeah.
But here
True.
at United, like as you see here at left back, it's just Shaw, and then we have this sort of young academy player, Harry Amas, who we don't even know really if he's even going to stay at United any longer or not. There's rumors that he probably will be leaving the club on loan or permanently, because they don't really see a future with him at this club. So
Well, but no other backups, they let him to go. Like, so if Shaw has no backup, then they let him go.
no, exactly. Shaw just has. I mean,
Wow.
we did sign Patrick Dogu as a left back, but I think that experiment is already over, and he's pretty much a left winger at this point.
Mhm.
And even in preseason, we saw Carrick did not even try to play Dogu in left back, not even once. So
Nah, that's
I
definitely
think
why
that's
for
kind of
sure.
also worrying. So our fullbacks are kind of very limited. I know Dallo on that right hand side. Okay, fine. We
For
don't
better or
really.
worse.
For
Yeah.
better or for worse,
For
that's what we
better or
have.
for worse, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we have, and that's what we have to live with. But what's worrying for me is that left back position, and
They're not fair.
I mean,
Which is why I
because
think it's fair that we've been identifying that as like a problem area. And if
Yeah.
reports are, we believe we're trying to like still get a signing in. And I don't know who that would be at this point, but
I
Like
mean, we've been
9,
linked
10
with
days to go, right?
Lewis. We've been linked with Lewis Hall a lot, but I read
apparently
recently
not for
that
sale because yeah, Newcastle have let everyone go, and now they can't afford to let another first team starter go, I guess.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know what you think about this, Jervis, as from the point of view of like how you see Ineos moving in the transfer market. It's like they 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 seem to be doing what most would call like these astute signings, right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Cunha was available, they went for him. Mbuemo available, went for him. But at the same time, when the really difficult and hard negotiations kind of come, the hard deals to do that require some real nitty-gritty work that they have to do, and like
Yeah.
maybe blowing some other teams out of the water, and
Yeah.
being that kind of street smart. I don't see that, man. I don't see them engaging in. I'm not asking them to like outbid and get drawn into a bidding war,
Yeah.
but at least show some interest that you can do the hard deals. And in this case, if Newcastle are being hard and being difficult, don't just walk away from it, because I think their mentality and approach right now is just like, okay, if there is willingness shown from the selling club, from the parent club and the player, then we go for it. If there's any kind of little bit of iffiness, we're not trying, because we don't want to waste our time. I don't know. I feel like sometimes they have to do that hard bit also.
Yeah. Actually, last season was more of like, you know what, let's go and like get the terms and everything agreed with the player before we actually go and talk to
Yeah,
the clubs. But I feel like in the case of Mateus Fernandez, that didn't work out because ultimately we got put into like a bidding war with Spurs, right?
yeah,
And I do agree. I do feel like, yeah, these are times where like it was a pretty straightforward deal, but even when it got to a point where it seemed like it would have been complicated because of Tottenham's interest, I do think that's where they should have really like kind of come through and, like you said, been a little bit more shrewd in like getting that done, regardless of
yeah.
like the price tag involved.
No, exactly. And I'm at Lewis Hall now. Apparently, Newcastle want to sign him on to a new contract. I guess to obviously
Yeah,
increase
increases
his
market
selling
value and
value
stuff as well.
Yeah.
also.
Yeah,
But I'm just like this. But despite that, I mean, it doesn't mean you give. I mean, at the same time, we were
and I
also
just
linked
saw
with
like
like
an Ornstein article right now just before we got in call saying that they've inquired about Adam Wharton as well now.
United.
Now Man City, sorry, Man City.
What are
Yeah.
you saying, bro? How greedy are these guys, bro? They signed what
That's
the
exactly what
Tijani.
I sent you. Just like, bro, look at
This
these guys.
this Tijani Reinders guy. Okay, didn't work out two season, one season. Okay, didn't work out. 85 million or whatever they spent on him, and then he's gone. Okay, fine.
Yep.
You know what? Kara losses.
Omar
Let's
Marmoush
get
didn't work out. Savinho didn't work
Omar
out.
Marcos,
Nico Gonzalez
Savinho,
didn't work out. Calvin Phillips
Nico.
didn't work out.
Yeah, and they can still continue
Unlimited
to
budget.
spend and yeah,
Unlimited
unlimited
budget.
budget for them, bro. Yeah. The sugar daddy money is just too
It's
sweet,
just
bro.
GTA which he's go through. That's all it is.
Man, I can't. They're going for Adam Wharton also now. I mean, I can understand. Okay, they lost Rodri, and I think that's a huge loss for them, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
And
But
Reinders,
I
I think, has
mean,
gone to Saudi now. So,
yeah, that's also true.
Seriously?
yeah. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah,
Jesus.
we need to be good as a club. I mean, this is in general, bro. Like we've been shit at selling players. Also, like
Yeah.
we forget signing players. We're even worse at selling our own players, bro.
But I was
We
seeing someone
can't.
talk about like this being the model where like we try and sell like sort of like prospects young and then a few years down the line, like the sell on sort of clause that we have in their contracts. That's why basically the money comes back, which, yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe.
like it's not like our academy players are also like going up to
Yeah. Going for
tearing
like big.
trees, you know.
Yeah, exactly. We're not going for like big
Tearing
sums of
apart.
money. So,
Yeah. Whereas, like, yeah, you can argue like some of City's like academy players like Cole Palmer and these guys.
yeah.
They are working their way into the top leagues and the world
Who's been
class levels.
your last world class academy player? Rashford?
Should I say his name?
Mason
Rash-
Greenwood.
Hey, all right. Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
I mean, it is him. It is him. It's a
Yeah.
fact. It's Mason Greenwood, bro. Yeah. Frankly,
Yeah, no,
Marcus
that's not
Rashford, world class. I wouldn't say so. He's a good player, but not world class. No, I don't think so.
not on his day. Okay. Fair.
Marcus Rashford, no, not
Not
world class.
consistent enough to be world class.
You know
Even
what?
on his
Part of
day.
me was actually
Hmm.
excited when he came on. I'm not gonna lie, against Milan. You got him on, we got Kobe on. And I wanted to see what we do. And yeah, I just feel like we're gonna see the same Rashford again, bro. Like not kind
because
of tracking back, not helping out defensively.
yeah,
Because just
Someone like he's not happy to be there.
apparently that's not what the reports say. Like he's like fully focused and like he's ready to like give it another go
No?
and stuff. But
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. Just
but my thing with Marcus Rashford always comes back to the same thing, and I banged the same drum about him again and
Yeah.
again. Like when you were saying Ruben, like on his day, yeah, on his day, the things Rashford is good at, he does amazingly well. But the things Rashford is not good at, I have not seen him improve at that at all in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
There are
that's
many things he's not good at, like when the team is suffering, he's not able to kind of take that leadership, take that responsibility, dig them up, start doing things by himself. Or if he's having a bad game, to try and shake it off within the game and try to come back into it if the fullback or the opposition
Yeah.
defender's getting the better of him.
Yeah.
He's not been able to really develop his number 9 game to an extent where he can hold the ball up or be that physical presence in the box. Or then on the other hand, as a winger, he's not really developed that game where he can do a lot of the quick shot, one-touch passing and give and go.
Sure.
He's still kind of, the things that he's good at, he knows what his strengths are on his day. Amazing. But then the things he's not good at, I just have not seen any improvement from that
Fair
guy.
enough. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. And that's I think going to be the consistent theme with this guy. I don't think we will see him really go
Yeah, he's
above
what,
this
20,
point. I think he's
26,
reached his
27
ceiling.
now?
Yeah, he's 28,
Yeah.
I think, bro.
Wow.
He's
Yeah.
At
28.
the same time, there's a large portion of the fan base online that believes that if he can replicate his Barcelona form, then that's as good as having like a third signing at this point or fourth signing, however you want
But
to
that
look at it. But
but that was
that's one big if.
he was purely coming off the bench for
Yeah.
Barca though. So
Yeah, that's true.
But like I was saying to you also, bro, like with this guy, like he, there was there was no indication from either the club or the player that they wanted him back or he wanted to come back. When he was at Barcelona, he made it very clear he was enjoying his time there. He was loving it.
yeah,
Before he went to Barcelona, we had already signed Cunha when Rashford was still at the club and there was no idea if he's going to stay or he's going to go. While Cunha was there and while Rashford was there, before this transfer window ended, we already took the number 10 off of Rashford and gave it to Cunha. So both from the club and the player, the signs were there. Okay, this is
yeah,
coming to an end.
Yep.
He went to Barcelona, made it clear he's loving it there. He wants to stay there. Barcelona also, to an extent, made it clear they love it. United also made it clear that, we're kind of, this Barca are going to buy him. It's 30 million. They kind of committed to it. And obviously, they backed out, and that's, you can never predict that. But every sign was there that this is a player who had moved on. The club had moved on. The fans had moved on. And for it to come back like this, I just don't see a way where it's going to just magically be like he's going to be playing like how he was playing at Barcelona.
yeah.
Yeah.
No one wanted it, neither the club nor the player. I just think the recipe is wrong. I
Yeah.
don't think it's gonna work. Yeah. But okay, this I think the squad though, as we look at it right now, we talked about a little bit obviously on left back and how Shaw in that game against AC Milan kind of got exposed and how we are extremely weak there.
Yeah.
But were there any other kind of positions where you saw like from that AC Milan game which kind of worried you and knowing how kind of Carrick wants to play, where you were like, okay, that is another aspect of how Carrick wants to play, is struggling to be executed well because we're lacking this profile and this player.
So from what I'd seen early on, like before, like we got into like the transfer market and everything, they said he wanted to have like a more possession heavy approach this season, or maybe he just wanted to have us to have more control in games. I can see how someone like Tielemans would benefit us in that sense. Andre Santos also, I think while on paper, well, against AC Milan, he's played in that sort of number 6 role. I still don't think he's like an out and out number 6, and I think that's something we sorely lack, like a proper like destroyer in midfield.
Yes.
And someone who can basically, one good thing about him, I've noticed that he's very willing to like release the ball forward early when
Santos,
he
you're
like
talking
wins
about?
possession back. Yeah, Andre Santos.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just talking about like someone who can just like dictate tempo, almost like Carrick did himself, like back in the day, right? I think
Don't you
that's
think that maybe Mainu can be that type of player where like Carrick, like you said back in the day, like he never liked dwelling on the ball long. Carrick's style was almost like receive the ball, take one touch, turn, and already find the
I
player with the
think we could
second
maybe
touch.
pair Mainu alongside someone like that, but I don't think Mainu himself is that person right now.
But don't you think actually, because I also think like in the squad as it stands then right now, I think Tielemans and Mainu are going to be the interchangeable
Yeah,
players.
fair. Yeah,
I think.
I agree. Yeah.
And then I know, like you're mentioning that destroyer, and I think that was also a thing I noticed from that preseason game is that when United want to play this, when Carrick wants to play this kind of approach of basically pressing kind of high, like this and narrow with these forwards, and then you have your fullbacks having to do a lot of running. Then this midfielder who is kind of the destroyer, like you're calling it, he is the one. This is the player who has to do a
Sweeping,
lot
basically.
of this kind of screening, sweeping, and like reading the game and recognizing, like you were saying in that game against AC Milan, when you had these situations where the opposition were kind of playing around us quite easily, that you have this player who's able to read that situation and block that out.
Yeah.
And I think
And you know
that
what?
will help.
In our defense, we've always identified that position to an extent, but we've always identified it late. You can argue, like we got Matic too late, we got Casemiro too late. So I think if we are to get Baleba now, it makes sense for getting him at the right time. I saw people say that he's maybe injury prone, but that's actually not the case. Like he's been pretty fit. It's just that he's picked up this injury and we're signing him now, so there's a bit of concern. But he's someone who does cover ground really well. He is someone who can like win duels. He's someone who can also win tackles.
He's also someone who
He,
can go very easily, like cover distance, like box to box,
yeah,
because that's also something we kind of
exactly.
lack. Yeah.
I think he's able to like run through midfield. He's got that sort of presence as well. So I think that's something that I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe Menu doesn't exactly offer you in that sense. Menu sort of more
No.
slick, I guess, and more like deft in that way, right? Like,
Mhm.
Yeah, he's more of a silky player.
yeah, like more
Silky
fluid.
smooth,
Even
yeah.
even though last year, like we saw that when Casemiro was there, you saw a lot of Meno actually playing that number six kind of role, dropping kind
Hmm.
of deeper, receiving the ball
Yeah,
on the half turn and kind of dictating the play
yeah,
from here. And Casemiro was actually going further forward than him in a
yeah.
lot of instances. And I don't know. I feel like under Carrick this year, if Meno, given the World Cup disappointing World Cup that he had, I feel like Carrick might be able to switch a flick a switch in
Flick the
Mainu
switch
this
with him.
season.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we might see a different beast
But
come
that's what I
out.
mean. I mean, like, we need
Yeah.
someone who can just do that by themselves, right? Like, be a Casemiro and a Meno together, right? And then have Meno probably,
Mm.
like you said, unlock like another side of his game, like where he's like even more lethal,
Yeah.
like someone who maybe arrives late in the box. We've seen like he's got quality in like the final third as well, right? So
Yeah.
if that's something that we can add to his game, which is why I think like he's very similar to Tielemans, and like you said, they can be competing for that position because
Yeah.
they've both got that like shot in them. They've both someone, I mean, who like kind of get forward with the ball. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of potential, but yeah, at the same time, there's still like some gaping holes to be like addressed in the squad as well.
No, I mean for sure. I mean, we kind of just touched upon a little bit. I mean, there's the left back position, of course. We have the central midfield, which it seems like with hopefully Baleba coming in, we are signing a different profile of player. But also another thing I think that does with all of the midfield signings that I think we signed, there's two things that I noticed also is that one thing was that last year we saw Casemiro was not just a sort of a good player for us in midfield in tackling and his contribution in attack,
Set
but also he was
pieces.
set pieces, the goal threat that he
Mm.
gave
Yeah.
us. But what
His
I
heading
what I
ability,
like and what I don't know, like yes, we haven't gone in and replaced whatever number of goals that he gave us, but instead I think what we've done is solve another problem, which is what Amorim's system had explored, which is that we saw Fernandez, Bruno.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can deny Bruno is like our best player, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
We saw a lot of last season where Bruno was having to come all the way deep here to receive the ball from like the
Yeah.
center backs.
Yeah.
With the likes of like Tielemans, Menu, Santos, Baleba, what I'm hoping that does is basically completely frees up Bruno.
Yeah.
He can roam around up there. Then it is the duty and responsibility of these two midfielders here to be creating these combination plays with your left back,
Yeah.
center backs, and just receiving the ball here, looking around, take a half turn and release Fernandez. And then
Yep.
he can then find all of these balls directly into the channels to the wingers or the center forward. I think that's the thing I'm more like sort of very like excited to see, but also satisfied that we've tried to address not just Casemiro leaving, but also how can we free up Bruno a little bit more
Yeah.
and relieve him of that duty of always having to drop deep like we
Having
saw
to
last
drop deep.
season.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think uh, also another position which I think at the moment we didn't really talk a lot about, but I think center forward.
Mhm.
Um, we're kind of short there. We've not. I have
You know
no
what
clue what's
though?
happening with Sheshko, bro.
I don't expect them to start on
Yeah,
like Saturday,
yeah, yeah. Me neither.
but Mbumo has actually looked good, and I said this last time on call as well. Like he's looked
Yeah,
good playing in that number nine, a little better than Cunha as well, in my opinion. Because I think Cunha, while he can play there, I think he struggles, and we saw that against AC Milan. I think he's better coming off from the left, or
Mhm.
I
yeah,
Yep.
think at times maybe even sort of playing where Bruno plays, like just between the lines, right, and like
Right.
receiving
yeah,
in front of goal. But I do think we'd miss Sesko just because of the kind of way Hala set up, and they're like a team that also sits deep. They have like sort of that
yeah,
physical presence, so we need
Mhm.
someone like a Sesko in the final third. But Mbumo has actually been good. I don't know if I
yeah,
want to see him playing there like long term, but when he does, and when we play Ahmad on the right, there's definitely like good chemistry between the two of them. So
Yes.
yeah, I would like to see that combination a bit more as well. Which is why I also said like if we could find a way to shoehorn Ahmad into that team, even as a right back, and maybe get like Mbumo on the
Oh,
right wing.
yeah.
Yeah,
You could probably see that happening when we're playing like you're saying, maybe the teams. I don't know if Hull is really the right moment to try this out because it's the
not the right
first
moment.
game of
Yeah,
this season. We're away from home. It's Hull's first game after coming back into the Prem.
yeah,
Atmosphere is just gonna be completely intense. So I don't know. Maybe this is not the idea, but maybe going into the season once we're starting to take shape and starting to find our feet, maybe we can see that approach being taken. But I'm a little concerned about Sheshko. I have to be honest. Like I don't know what kind of injury. I know that at the end of last season he picked up an injury against I don't know who it was,
yeah. I
Brighton
think it
or
might have been second
one of the
last
last
game. I think of the
games,
season. Yeah,
and
I'm just
it just
looking it up
seems
right.
like how is he not like he? I've seen photos of him posted by United where he's training on the grass and everything.
Yeah.
But like, why has he not started
Yeah,
any of the preseason games? It's a little worrying for me, frankly, because what that means is that the only other
he's gained too
viable.
much weight, just like Lukaku. He's come back heavier.
Eden.
Someone put him on the wrong nutrition, bro. But now the worry for me is that the only on paper realistic backup that we have. I know you said Mbuemo, but actually
Marcus, I guess, could play that. Yeah.
but the player
Or are
we
you talking
actually
about
signed,
Xerxes?
the player we
Okay.
signed for that position was the Don, the gunman,
Mr. Futsal.
Mr. Futsal, Mr. Xerxes himself, who credit where credit is due, has been having a good preseason.
Yeah.
So,
But
because he
this is
offers
just
something
like
different also. Because he offers
Andreas
something
Pereira,
very
bro.
different.
Preseason Pirlo.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, to be fair, if anything, I'm hoping that this basically has increased his stock, increased his value, and then I think Juventus or
Yeah.
Napoli are kind of linked with him. They're probably just waiting for like some signings from some of their players to be released so they can free up some wages, and then maybe they'll come like in the last 2 days of the transfer window and take Xerxes
Yeah.
off us. But as it
Oh,
stands right now,
Yellow willing to let him go?
I would,
Yeah.
yeah. I would let him go. Yeah.
For what, like 50?
He's, I mean, not a bad player to his defense, but he's just not the right fit for us, I think. And he's not.
He's also not a Prem player, I think, bro. The
Not a
Prem
Prem player, yeah.
intensity
Exactly.
doesn't really suit him, I think, at all.
Suit him, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
And my worry is just that if we're not seeing Sheshko starting any games this month, then letting go of Xerxes exposes us even more. I know Mbuemo can fill in, Cunha could fill in, Rashford can fill in, but that out and out number 9 is just not there at all. So I would also like, even though I would say yes, the central midfield, that number 6 destroyer, the left back, more of a priority. I would also like that if Ineos really want to back Carrick and give him something that he can really build on what he managed to achieve last season, a sort of seasoned Premier League proven striker who will not demand to be starting every game, but at least be able to come in and fill in that role. It would be great to have that kind of player. And I would have taken Danny Welbeck in all honesty.
Yeah, as much as I hate the guy, I think Calvert-Lewin also, someone like that. Profile.
Yeah, good shot. Good shot.
Calvert-Lewin could also do a job. Yeah. I don't understand
we were
how.
actually linked with him. Was it a couple of seasons ago?
Couple of years ago, I think.
Yeah.
It might have even been under Ollie, or no, maybe it was just after Ollie.
It was, I think Ten Hag at that time.
Ten Hag era, I think maybe. Yeah.
If anything, that would have been the time to get him, bro, because I don't think we're going to get him from Leeds that easily now, because he's like an integral part of that team.
No. One thing I just don't know, like at some point we were also linked with this guy, Ollie Watkins from Villa. And CR6. Villa at this point seemed to CR6. And Villa at this point seemed to be letting go of all their best players. But Tielemans gone, Ezri Konsa gone. Who else is gone?
And also, do you think they sell another player to us, especially like after having sold Tielemans?
I mean, if the money, from what I'm hearing, like some Saudi club has shown interest in Watkins for 45 million. I mean, I think we could easily match that. Surely we can.
Oh wow!
Surely we could, given how inflated the market has been this season. Surely we
45
could.
45 is like a steal. I think 45 is a steal.
What do we think of like Mateta or like an Ivan Toney?
Oh, Mateta also, yeah. Even Mateta, I could have, yeah. The only thing with
Yeah.
Ivan Toney is like I don't know, maybe he would want to start pretty much every game. Mateta
I could
probably
see
could
that, yeah.
be.
I could see that, yeah.
Mateta
That'd be,
probably could be happy with playing a sort of second fiddle role to
Yeah.
Sheshko.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Because
you don't want to play. You don't want to bring a player to upset the rhythm, right? Like someone that's gonna that's happy coming off the bench or playing the odd game
Yeah.
here and there. Not someone that's gonna come and disrupt the whatever little momentum you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but then centre forward is also another position for me where I feel like
You know who I thought
we
of?
have enough.
And in
Who?
typical United fashion, it wouldn't surprise me if we signed him because we were linked to him, sorry, like what, 7-8 years ago?
Cristiano.
Mr. Money Launderer, bro. Alvaro Morata.
Oh my god.
Isn't he? Who is he between now? Is he going
I
between
think he's
Juventus
probably a
and
free agent or something at this point, if I'm
Chelsea?
not wrong.
No, wait, didn't he go to some random like one of those like European league clubs? Hold up, let's look it up.
Wait, check out
Look it up,
Alvaro
actually, I'm curious. I feel like he's without a club.
Morata. He's probably going to be either between Atleti or Juventus or Real Madrid. It's going to
He's
be
at
between one of
Como.
these clubs.
Oh,
Fabregas.
shit, okay.
With Fabregas, okay.
All right, all right.
Fabregas might be cooking something there, bro. We could try and get him. Yeah.
Yeah, who did we sell to Como? We sold one of our defenders, I think.
Did we?
Yeah, like one of those like sell-on clause type.
How is he still only 33? Wow. this dude has been a... Wow.
He could honestly still be playing for that Spain team, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Nah. He's the Arjun Kapoor of football, bro. No, that's
Arjun Kapoor of football. But yeah, I don't know. But the thing, the squad is still lacking a few things, man. I think left back 100%. Midfield, I think if Baleba comes in, I think we've done Ineos has done a pretty good job of turning it over.
Delict's still not back, right?
He's back.
I was going to come to that, yeah. Okay. I was going to say that. That was my next one is I think our centre backs, do not be surprised. Do not be surprised if we see Aiden Heaven and Maguire being like our starting centre backs for...
Oh, jeez.
But you know what, though? Someone actually pointed out that this seems to be the way Ineos are doing is that they address like the forward line last season. This season seems to be like focused on midfield, that rebuild. And I think next season was ultimately when we'll see like our defense also like sort of strengthen. So
okay.
Because I mean, truth be told, we need to move on from Dallo as well, man.
100%, yeah. I think even Maguire for like how well he's done to like turn things around. I think it's time to like
yeah.
And that's what I was telling you the other day. Like you wouldn't see this like at a club like City, bro. They'd be ruthless. Like they'd be out of the door in like the
first season. He would have been gone years ago, bro.
Yeah.
Years ago. They were not all.
And like you said, like these other clubs like City, they cut their losses, and I think as much as it pains me to say it, I think we probably should cut our losses with De Ligt as well at some point when we are in a position to strengthen the centre back positions.
And
it's just
like the financial implications
player,
are different as well. But I think you're right. Sometimes you just gotta like cut your losses. Yeah.
No, and De Ligt is just supremely unreliable, and I mean given the way Carrick likes to play, as we've seen already in the games that we've seen last season and also in preseason, when we're building out of the back, what we were doing a lot under sort of Ruben Amorim was he was asking the goalkeeper to essentially always kind of play that ball long into the sort of forward positions out here. He did not want that we, as our centre backs that we had and a defense that we had, that we played these kind of short triangles. At least I know that was we never saw that happening at all under Amorim.
Yeah.
On the contrary, though, I think Carrick wants. We've already seen that. Like when we're in possession, from playing from the back, he wants the players to basically do these triangles. They play out from the back. They do these sort of quick short passes. You see the midfielders coming in, playing deep, playing these triangles and freeing up these players on the half turn.
Yeah.
So those ball playing centre backs are also essential to Carrick's system, I think.
Yeah.
And right now in the right centre back position, Maguire doesn't really offer that. You put him under pressure, he's gonna crumble.
Yeah, 100%.
De Ligt potentially could play that role, but he is more of a classical defender in the sense that he's more astute.
Your last man
defend.
Proper,
on the ball, not really there. Lenny Yoro.
It's actually surprising, considering he's like an Ajax product, right? Like you'd expect him to.
But you think he'd have ball playing ability.
he was also the captain of that team, if I'm not
Mhm.
wrong. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're just not seeing that here. And then you have
Yeah.
Lenny Yoro, who also likes to play in that
I
right
think he's
centre
also
back
very
position.
like he gets cold feet on the ball, bro. If you put him under a bit of pressure, like
Exactly.
I'm not convinced by him, man. Sometimes
Exactly.
he's
So
been
the
good. He's
only,
improved, I guess, but yeah.
but he's also improved like in the position where he's
Another
not
thing I
played a
didn't
lot.
realize, I don't know if you did as well. Like Aiden Heaven is actually not a natural centre back. Like I think he's a midfielder who's
He's a
been
midfielder.
converted,
Yes.
yeah, into a centre back. So he's still learning the role, is what I understood.
But that's the only thing that
Which is
leaves us with is that Martinez and Aiden Heaven are our only players who are
sort
comfortable
of
with the ball
ball
on their
playing.
feet.
Yeah,
At that right hand side, it's not like Dalo is the most supremely confident the player
yeah.
who fills you with a lot of confidence when the ball comes to his feet also. So once again, this right hand side just becomes extremely weak for us with players
Dalo is
not
a definition of like right place,
wrong.
wrong man.
Right place, wrong man. Yeah,
Yeah, like
in games he'll end up here,
yeah,
and with the ball here, but then the ball will actually end
yeah,
up here outside the pitch on
yeah,
this side.
yeah.
No, so I think you're
Yeah, I
right that
also don't think
we've
like
seen
Mazraoui is also convincing. Like he's not definitely not seen.
no.
We don't see the level that he brings to Morocco at United, right? So
Yeah, Morocco also play a very different style
as well,
to
yeah.
yeah. I mean, also the one thing now is that Mazraoui is rocking the Mbuemo haircut, so when I'm watching, I cannot.
Oh yeah, you can't tell them apart.
I
Yeah, yeah.
can't tell them apart, bro. I need to really get used to that. They're both rocking the same haircut and the same beard as well.
I don't know which game was it. I think maybe the PSG game, because or was it the Milan game where we started Santos and I think one of the Fletcher twins, and
Yeah.
it literally looked like Fred and McTominay, bro, playing side by side again.
Oh my God. Don't bring me back to those days, bro. Seriously. But yeah, I think you're onto something that, last season we saw that our problem was goals, and answered
Yep.
that by signing a lot of forwards. This season, they were calling out for midfield overhaul. We're seeing that, and maybe next season, I think if things start to click in midfield and forward, and it continues and just builds on that from last season, the focus I think should be defense, but I would say defense more in centre back positions. I think this
Yeah.
season, this transfer window, even though there's only 10 days or whatever left, I think a left back still should be a priority. And I think without a left back, I think it'll be difficult for me to call this a successful or a good transfer window. So far, I think I'm gonna give it like a B. I think for it to become like an A, I think it has to still be
Another
another
left
left
back
back, I would
and
say.
maybe a
Yeah.
striker. I think yeah, best case.
Striker would be a bonus, but I think if we get a left back, I think I would be comfortable in saying that we've really tried to solve, because like in the front position, like you said, that I think we have enough profiles and options with Cunha, Rashford, and Buemo. Let's not forget Chito Obi Martin also, bro. He's there. He's there. Huh? He's waiting.
Banging in goals in under 21s.
Under 21s, bro. Exactly. So we can always bring him in too. But yeah, I think the squad is starting to take shape. I think it's not quite there. It still misses a few things. But based on what you're seeing so far, let's try to do some quick fire predictions for the season then. Ruben, based on what you've seen, heard, and kind of where we're kind of talking about, what league position do United finish in?
Third, I think.
Jervis?
What did I say last time? I think I said fourth, right?
I think you said fourth, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
Fourth.
second.
Okay.
United finish second. All
Who's
right.
taking the
Do you
lead?
reckon we finish above City? And who's taking the league? Yeah, more importantly.
No way,
I
right?
think,
They're not going back to back,
unfortunately,
right?
I think they might.
Nah.
I think they're the best placed team right now. They've also
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah.
strengthened a lot, and the teams around them, who you could say were the real competitors, have weakened.
City block.
City, I think have by losing Rodri, I think they have become weaker. Now they have a completely new midfield. The defense is they've also lost a lot of winners, I would say, City, huh? They lost Bernardo Silva, they've lost Rodri, another
De Bruyne
player,
few seasons ago.
De Bruyne few seasons ago.
Yep.
They've lost a few winners, I think, in that team. So
Yeah.
I suspect they will not have it easy. And going into next season, I think United and Arsenal are the most informed teams. So do not be surprised if we see United come second and be in the title challenge.
Okay.
Okay. Next prediction, Jervis. How many trophies are we winning this year?
I'm gonna go 1 and say. Actually, not fuck it. I'm gonna go 2 and say both the domestic cups.
The League Cup and the FA Cup. All
No,
right, fair
okay.
enough.
You know what? I'm gonna go 2 and say either one of the domestic cups and Europa League because we'll drop out eventually.
No, but
The
now, but
Champions
that doesn't
League.
happen anymore, bro. That thing doesn't
Does it
happen, I
not?
think. No, no, no. If you drop out of Champions League, you're done. You don't go down to
No. What?
Europa. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it doesn't happen anymore.
The
Yeah.
teams that get knocked out in the playoff don't go into the Europa.
I don't know.
I don't think
I
that
don't
happened
think
this
so.
year. I
Ah,
don't remember that
No,
happening this year. No,
no, it
no, no.
okay,
doesn't
so
happen.
so domestic cups it is.
All right, I'll take that. I'll take that. And Ruben, what is your prediction? How many
I think
trophies?
one domestic and the FA
One
Cup
domestic.
specifically.
I think, yeah. I think also one of the domestic
FA
cups.
Cup that just buys Carrick a little more time till
Exactly.
next
That's how it
season.
will be. That's exactly what. No, I also think it'll be one domestic cup. I'll take that as the
Yeah.
FA Cup. Okay, the next one, Jovis, best player of the season.
You said last time you couldn't say Bruno, yeah?
Yeah, maybe not Bruno. We can still maybe say Bruno. If that's how you feel, say Bruno. Yeah, if that's how you feel, then say Bruno.
Okay, Bruno is constant,
Yeah,
no doubt. But I think I said last time, I think Mbumo will have a good season and I think Kobe will have a good season.
yeah, fair enough.
And I do think Tielemans will prove to be a good signing. I don't know if he'll be our best player, but he'll prove to be a good signing, I think. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I have a couple of others later, which maybe where you can use those
Hmm.
names potentially. But you're gonna go with Bruno for this one, best player.
Yeah.
All right, Ruben.
I'd say if not Bruno, then Cunha.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, it's also a good shout. Yeah, yeah, I could
I
see
feel
that.
like
I mean,
like
that he could really cement that position on the left and
hmm
really
Yeah.
take the
yeah.
responsibility. I'll say Kobe Mainu. I think I had
Okay.
this gut feeling and this instinct that I think under Carrick this season, I think he might just unlock something in him. Okay, next one, top scorer of the season, Jovis.
I think Shesko still.
Šeško still. Yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough. Ruben.
Yeah, Sheshko.
Okay, I'll go a little left field and say Mbuemo then, just
Hmm.
because I think we could see that if Sheshko gets injured or if
Hmm.
he's out in those off
Yeah.
games, Mbuemo could be easily
Yeah.
slotting up top and
Right. True.
getting a few goals in. Then Jervis, here maybe you can use one of the names that you mentioned, unexpected or breakout star of the season.
Breakout star of the season.
Hmm.
I don't know if Tielemans fits, but
You could, I
I would,
mean, it's not
I would
unexpected.
think
He's a
someone from
quality
the
player.
academy, right? Also,
Yeah, yeah, it could be someone. Yeah,
I hope to see more of like Lacey,
yeah.
and I think he'll show something different. I think in games, I think just that sort of like youthful exuberance, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you always
Yeah,
see that like that sort of fearlessness when you come on and just want to go at your man and like take them on. I think that's something he brings, and he's got like the pace and trickery also. So yeah, kind of excited to see him.
yeah, fair play. Ruben,
I think Kobe. I think mine of me.
Kobe. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would also go with Kobe again. Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
could see him having a breakout season for United.
Yeah. Like really take
Okay,
his game to the next level.
this last one you can
Mhm.
think about, but I want you to be like, don't think with your head, go with your heart, go with your gut feeling, but just give me something wild, bizarre, your bold prediction of the season for United. Could be
Oh, I,
anything, just something completely that you just like. I have this insane gut feeling that something like I don't know. You say Ahmad's gonna get 20 goals this season or something. Just like complete bold prediction.
I think we do the double over City,
yeah.
Oh, home and away.
home
I
and
could
away.
see
Yeah.
that. I could see that happening. I could see that happening.
When's
And
the
we
last
actually
time that
play them
happened?
very soon. We play them very soon also, if anything. I mean, we're playing them
We play them in
in
September, yeah.
September,
the
right? Yeah, yeah.
third
The
game of the
last
season
time that
itself.
happened would probably have been under Ole, I think, bro.
Yeah, I think it was probably all yeah. Didn't happen last year, right?
Didn't I think it happened
No,
last year,
we
bro.
lost no, we lost the first one.
Ah,
Did we lose yeah, we lost the first one, yeah.
I think the key, is the key there is we gotta watch the games together, bro. That's the key.
But this is again like the kind of when Jose moved to United, came to United, and one of the first games I think was United City. There was Jose Pep, and there was such a
Oh,
build up and
mm,
hype to it, and we lost so disappointingly in that game. I remember
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
it came very early on in the season as well, and I feel like again we're in that moment where both United and City are going through
Mm,
a change. City
yeah,
with Pep left and Maresca in. So I think yeah, it's a good call. We will keep receipts
yeah.
and then we'll check back on this later. Ruben, what's your bold prediction?
ah, it sounds so ridiculous saying it right now, but United make the final four of the Champions League.
Oh, I'll
Love
take
it.
that,
Love the
bro.
optimism. Love the
I'll
optimism.
take that, bro.
Pure hope at this point, but yeah,
Love it. Love it.
yeah,
I'll take
We
it.
will
I'll
be
take
there, boys.
copium.
Go PM.
it.
Oh man,
I don't know what I don't know. I said this to you also earlier, Jarvis. I feel like this is the make or break season for
For
Ahmad.
Ahmad, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll go for that. I think Ahmad to get
Oh, okay.
more than 15 goals or yeah.
okay,
I'm gonna go for that. Ahmad to have a breakout.
I'm hot.
I want him to have that also. That's kind of why I'm saying
Okay.
that. Like
Fair.
I'd
Yeah, yeah.
like
Yeah,
him genuinely as a player and
Yeah.
as a human being and his personality. So I want him to have that. So that's
Fair.
something from the heart I want. Okay, I think that's good. Then
I
just
have
before,
one question. One question
yeah, go for it,
along
bro.
the same lines. Flop of the season.
Like in
Oh,
United?
Yeah, yeah. Like one
is
disappointment of the season. Like who do you think is going to be the biggest disappointment?
does Mason Mount count?
Yeah,
It's
I
too
mean,
easy. I mean,
yeah.
I'll say Rashford.
I have a bad feeling might be Le Mans, bro.
Oh, that's a good one. It could be Lamont, yeah. But in that game against Milan, he had a
No,
good
he had a
game, bro.
good game
He
against Milan. Yeah,
saved.
he had a good game, but
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
I don't
Yeah.
know that World Cup. I don't know that
Mm,
those moments just like do something to you, man. I don't know. I
it
just
could. It could be. Yeah.
right.
So, yeah.
What is
I
it? The
hope
year
it doesn't
2018?
happen.
Oh no, actually, let me not say. Let me take that back. Let me take that back now. I don't want another fucking Onana situation, bro. Please,
Oh
because
no,
because then he'll have to come back.
We have Carl Darlow now, bro. What are you saying?
no, oh, God.
Uh, Flop of the season. I mean, I want us to get Baleva, but I could very well see it like go like completely
Bad.
like stout as well. Yeah, like go completely
Mm.
bad. Like he doesn't prove to be like everything we're sort of hyping him up to be.
I would go Rashford or Maguire. I
Maguire,
think
also, I think this might be the season he just sort of starts to like
Yeah,
regress. I think a little bit.
yeah.
I
Those
think
that.
especially given how Carrick wants to play on the
Mhm.
ball when we have the
Yeah,
ball at the
yeah,
back and then be kind of front footed when we're
yeah.
higher up the pitch, he could get exposed
Yeah,
quite a lot. Yeah. But okay, nice one. Let's do a quick. I think we want to do a quick Hull preview also to see
Yep.
okay, yeah.
how United could be lining up. Should we just like look at maybe how United probably line up with the players
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we
Let's
have?
do it.
I mean, it's pretty clear. I think in goalkeeper it's gonna be Lamons, right?
Yep.
That's a
Yeah,
given. I think centre backs is also a given. I think we're gonna see Maguire. There's no.
yeah. The detectives have been on back.
Yeah, I think Maguire starts, and it's gonna be Aiden Heaven.
You reckon Maguire starts? Yeah, actually,
Because who else? I
against
mean,
Hull. Yeah, I think against Hull he probably does start. Yeah,
I think
that's a
against
good
Hull he
point. Yeah.
probably starts. It's gonna be that kind of intense game, and they're gonna be playing physical for sure. They
Yep.
want to put the pressure on up top. I don't know much about Hull, and I've not seen what kind of style of play and everything they have. We're gonna figure it out, of course, and we're gonna see some winger make a name for himself that day for sure. Some tricky, yeah,
Yeah.
no, you know what I'm talking about. But and then left centre back, I don't know. Is Martinez fit enough to start, you think? Or is he gonna go with
They
Heaven?
said the injury wasn't as bad as they initially thought, so I think he could definitely be on the bench. He was on the bench against Milan. He came
Milan?
on, but to be fair, he looked off the pace.
Hmm.
So I
It
don't know
might
if
be
I'd
Heaven, I
risk
think.
bringing him back. Yeah,
Yeah.
this game itself.
I think it might be Heaven then, bro.
Yeah.
Let's say if it's Heaven, then left back, I think it picks itself. We
The goat.
just because of a lack of options, it's gonna be
Roberto Carlos.
Roberto
Shut
Carlos. I think right back
up.
also picks itself with.
The goat.
Actually, I'm gonna say I think I could see make a case for Mazraoui starting, bro.
Do you reckon he'll play him though?
Oh,
He's played him preseason, so I don't know. I just feel like at this point he's probably also maybe the
When
more
he did
fitter
come back
and
earlier, he
the
did
more
yeah.
sharper.
no,
Yeah, than
Chalo.
I mean
but I
Dalo
think
didn't really.
I think he finds Dalo more reliable. I think
Maybe right. Yeah.
just because of
Okay, we'll go
that
Dalo. We'll go Dalo.
Yeah.
combination. Yeah, I think the midfield already kind of has picked itself because of the injuries and just the lack of signings there. I
Yeah.
think Santos,
Santos, Tillemans,
Tielemans,
Bruno.
and Fernandes because Meno
Bruno.
is not
No.
reached full fitness. I think yet, if we're being honest. So
Yeah.
I
hmm
think it's going to be we can forget about Bruno's backup because he doesn't exist. This mythical
Carry the team again.
this mythical number 7 that we have in this team.
It's the
I
curse of the
think
number 7.
yeah, I think on the right wing uh will depend on who's going to start up front, and I think we're going to see Mbuemo start up front.
Yeah, I agree.
I think if Mbuemo starts up front, that pretty
Yeah, it
much
doesn't look like
means
Sesko's ready.
it means Ahmad's going to play on the right. Or do you think Lacey could play?
No, I think he
Do we
starts
play him?
Ahmad.
Nah, man.
I think it starts Ahmad, right?
Yeah.
And that basically means I think Cunha is going to play ahead of Rashford and
Mhm.
Dogu at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty much the lineup I think we might see against Hull. What's your feeling about that
Score
game against
prediction?
Hull, bro? No, just a feeling about that game first of all. Score prediction is tough to say at this point, bro. I think we've not really seen this team in that Premier League intensity yet.
Mhm.
So to be honest, I was looking up a little bit about Hull before we got on the call,
Mhm.
Yeah.
trying to see like how they'd set up and stuff. So apparently they like in the championship last year they've mostly played like a 4-3-3, and towards like the
4-3-3. Okay.
playoffs they went more like 5-4-1. But I think the key characteristic of like that team is just them being like a direct team, a team that's very like transition oriented. And they're like a team that looks to basically win possession quickly in midfield and like get the ball long. And they've got
Okay.
a typical like sort of run of the mill fucking championship striker. Yeah, this guy Ollie McBurney,
Oh, bro, this
who
name.
I
Oh,
who I do think is gonna give us fucking problems, give our backline problems. Which is why I think when you said Maguire starts, I think I can see that being like
yeah.
I
No
can see why
problem.
you like I would pick him. Yeah, because he's someone I think who could deal with that
Mhm.
physical sort
Yes.
of threat in the air. But no, I think for us, I think the key would basically be like we need to try and maybe make sure we sort of move the ball quickly from side to side and not sort of get drawn out into these sort of like sterile, laborious fucking
Mhm.
spells of just possession without
Yeah.
progression,
Yeah.
because they're dangerous when they like win the ball back, and then they're dangerous on the transition. And I feel like if we don't see like our rest defense sort of
Yeah.
resetting quickly enough, that's when we could get caught out. And we've seen that actually to some effect in that game against PSG, like
PSG,
that
yes, I
first
was
goal
gonna
we
say.
conceded. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's like a worry for us. I think for us, like the key has to be Bruno. Like I don't want to see him, like you said earlier, like
Mm.
on the call as well. I don't want to see him drop too deep. I think he
Yes,
needs to be like
exactly.
receiving between the lines in midfield, and I think that's probably where he does his like best work, and he can like influence the game the most. And if we have, yeah, like Cunha and Ahmad on like the flanks, I think I'd want to see them like sort of exploit those like come in and basically like exploit those like half spaces, because
Yeah.
Hull sort of tend to like what do you say, like resort to a back three than when they're like sort of in possession.
Oh,
So I think that's basically like the channels you want to see them like try and attack. So yeah, I think that's probably going to be key for us.
I think we'll probably see a lot of like this kind of thing start to take shape in that game also, where you will see if we're going to try to be this possession-based team, which I think is going to be the is going to be the real test of this era of Carrick also, because if you remember, like even under Ollie and to an extent even under some of the other managers, like the question that always was faced with
It's
Ollie
how
and
you
Ten
can break
Hag.
down these teams.
No, but also like remember, both of those managers kind of realized, okay, the first thing they need to do is make the team exciting, front-footed, and what's the best way to do that is to make them counter-attacking. But
Yeah.
then you have to eventually transition away from that and be able to also
Yeah.
dominate consistently over a season. And the only way you're able to do that is by becoming a possession-based team without
Yeah.
losing the qualities, which is what made you good in the first place, of those counter-attacking abilities that you have. So I think that's going to be the real challenge that Carrick's going to face, and it'll be interesting to see how they try to solve that. But I think, yeah, in this game, I expect it to be tough if I'm being honest. I
I
just
agree.
see
I do think.
this as like a championship team that's come up. They're gonna be
Yeah.
so up for it. It's in their
Yep.
own
Yep.
home ground, and maybe some of these players still have not had that time and intensity to click together yet. And given the way
Yeah.
Carrick has set them up so far, which is to give them the responsibility on the pitch to make on-pitch decisions within the principles that he's defined for them, I think if they get overrun and if they find themselves in 5-10 minute spells of just under constant attack and pressure from Hull, I worry that we could probably get a couple of goals hit past us. And that game against AC Milan was a sign
Yeah.
of that.
I actually still think we'll see ourselves having more of the ball and like dominate possession and maybe create like more of the chances. But yeah, I do think
Yeah.
that, yeah, like you said, just like it's a matter of like a few moments in games and just like Hull having like a few good spells where like things could like
Yeah.
completely turn like into a 180, right?
I mean, also another thing we
Um,
see is that, with Carrick is like he likes when the players are playing like out of the back, let's say here,
Hmm.
he likes that he would like that I think a lot of these players do these kind of quick one touch passing
yeah,
to get out of these
yeah,
positions, He likes these sort of triangles to
yeah,
be formed between the players like this.
yeah,
So I think we will see a lot of that happening, of them trying to play. Whether or not
yep,
this works will depend on if the opposition team is trying to press us or not. Because when they press us, then it creates these opportunities for the ball
yeah,
to be kind of shifted, these players to be dragged out of positions, and that frees up, this roaming midfielder.
yeah.
So it really depends on that, how Hull also set up and come
Another
against
thing
us.
I saw is that they also basically rely heavily on like their wing backs to get forward. So I think it'll be
Mm.
important for like Shaw and
Shaw, yeah, and
Dalo to
Cunha,
basically
I
do like
guess.
Yeah.
yeah, and I guess on either side, like Dalo on the other
Yeah,
side and Ama to like make sure like we pin them high up and sort of don't like give them that opportunity to like get forward. So yeah,
yeah. They could, if I'm them, they will probably try to play two strikers up top to try and then disrupt our
yeah,
our center
yeah,
backs and defensive shape also. Yeah, but I do think, yeah, maybe even though I'm saying all these things about how Hull could give us a tough fight, I think United so far have still shown the ability to, within the game, be able to find their feet and
Yeah, no
tactically
doubt.
still be able to adjust. I think we'll
Yeah.
probably still see them out, but there might be some worrying signs of how sometimes easily we might get carved open or be countered against. Yeah.
And actually, there was like a stat I pulled up as well. So, like, apparently in the championship last season, they conceded like 66 goals in total, and they allowed 14.8 shots per game. So,
Jesus.
I guess like,
Bruno's gonna be spamming it, bro. Bruno's
I
gonna be
guess like
spamming the
despite
shoot.
like them having like a good sort of like run in like the playoffs, like the numbers
Hmm.
are sort of
Yeah.
like would suggest that they're actually worse than what their
Interesting.
promotion,
Okay.
yeah,
But does that
would
also mean
indicate.
they probably also play a front-footed approach? Then this is
Yep.
what happens though with these championship teams. Maybe in the championship that works for them because they know they
Mm,
have the quality to outscore the opponent.
Right.
As soon as
yeah.
they reach the prem, they know they need to kind of just sometimes take a reality check and
Yeah.
sit
Park
back
the
and
bus.
defend. Park
Yeah.
the bus. Yeah, we see that happen to a lot of these teams that come up.
Recently promoted
Yeah,
teams, yeah.
yeah. Okay. we think this is how United would set up against Hull. Do you guys want to try and maybe predict what would be the ideal starting 11? Like the best starting 11 that we could have. Once
regardless of
everyone's
like who's
fit.
fit.
When everyone's
Oh
fit,
yeah, yeah.
and let's include Baliba as well in this. What's the starting 11?
But
I
Oh
mean,
wait, we're including
Lamont's.
Baleba as well. Okay.
Yeah, I think we include Baliba. Let's say, I mean, we know Lamons is going to start. Shaw is going to start.
Dallos probably will
Dallo
start.
probably starts. Fernandez starts. So these are givens.
Yeah.
Bleacher for
Shesko
11.
definitely starts. Yeah, I think once he's fit.
Okay, let's say then our striker becomes Sheshko.
Bleacher comes back, obviously.
Leach has to play. Yeah, agreed.
True. Martinez, yes.
And you said on the left side of defense is where he plays, right?
Yeah.
Martinez, yeah,
Yeah.
But that does then leave Aiden Heaven out of the side.
it does. I mean, you could probably play him right centre back.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, fuck it. I'm saying Aiden Heaven.
Over
I just
Delict.
think over Dillard, I just think, yeah, Dillard, I'm not
Mm.
really sure we can look to like rely on him for the whole season. I don't expect him to stay fit. So yeah.
I could actually agree with that. I think
Yeah.
we might see Heaven have a. And that's what I said at the beginning. Also, do not be surprised if we see Heaven start the most number of games in centre back for us out of all centre backs this season. I would
And
not be
actually, I'm going to
surprised.
say it because like I didn't say it last time, and it makes more sense now that Ruben's here. I feel like with Euro, I think we're trying to convince ourselves that we've got a good signing purely because
Yeah.
we sort of snuck him under Madrid's nose, but that might
Yes.
actually not be the case.
Yeah.
Like
I
he
have
may
a
not
feeling.
really prove to be that next sort of like Varane
What I
type
think
player
could
that
be
we're.
interesting is what maybe Carrick tried a little bit earlier in the season is preseason is he played him right back. And I think
Okay.
we could see that be a theme in big games. When let's say you're playing City, Liverpool, and maybe you need more defensive cover, we might see him play like almost four centre backs or three centre backs. And Euro
Mm,
could be one of the centre backs playing in the right back position.
okay.
If we see that, I feel like maybe we could see him grow and develop and have a different
Mm,
type of
fair.
future. And it could be like the
Okay.
Jules Koundé style where from centre back he moved to full back and even Guardiola to an extent. Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of players like
maybe.
Curry just like absolutely catapult at one switch in position and unlocks the
Yeah,
whole
Yeah.
11.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay, then in midfield, I mean Fernandez obviously is a non-negotiable.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say Baliba over Santos? I guess, yeah.
but has he had time to play? I mean, he literally not had. This will be his first game. Then to be
We're
literally come
saying,
straight
we're
in.
saying, but we're saying
Perfect case scenario. Okay.
yeah, yeah, the best case scenario, everyone's fit.
I would say Baleba over
Yeah,
Santos.
yeah, yeah.
I think that Premier League experience just counts for a
Plus that
lot.
physical presence.
Then it's Tielemans or Mainu or Santos,
Mm,
pretty much, right?
I want to say
I-
Kobe because like
Yeah,
Yeah,
academy
yeah.
kid and everything, but on paper you'd have to make a case for Tielemans starting. But I still
Tielemans,
think he's a
right?
better player at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Qualities, yeah.
I think we might see Mainu starting a lot more games where we have to be where we have more freedom on the ball.
That's a good point.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh, or vice versa. I could even make a
Vice
case
versa, I
where,
think. Yeah, where we've
yeah,
got
vice
like
versa. Actually, when we
more
need to
off
be
the
more
work to do off the ball
Off the
actually.
ball. Oh,
more
okay.
work to do off the ball, but also the ability to break the opposition press just with silky moves or half turns. I
Yeah.
think Mainu might be able to serve us more, and Tielemans could be the useful player when we're playing against low blocks. I think Tielemans
Yeah.
could help us be that player who completely frees up Fernandez and whoever else is playing in midfield. I would say, let's say Mainu, I think. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah,
Fair. You can make a case for both. Yeah.
yeah.
I think left wing Cunha picks himself. It's tough. And I think because Shesko's up top at this moment in time, I think Mbuemo starts ahead of Ahmad.
Yeah. Yeah. On the right. Agreed.
Yeah, now that Sheshko's playing, then yeah, needs to be in Momo.
I mean, looking at this team, I think they finished second. Yeah. I mean, it's the most settled team we have, bro. What are you saying? It's not like a team where you have, I don't know, Sandro Tonali, Mateus Fernandes, Senesi, Savinio, just a random bunch of players brought together from
I'm
different bunch
still
of
worried, bro.
teams.
I'm still worried.
No, we're good, bro. I think this
Surely
team.
they don't click straight away, right? Surely they don't just click straight away.
I don't
That's
know,
also
man.
what I'm
I
saying.
think
That's
But
also what I've been saying.
the city engine, right? I feel like they'll just pick up
not
right
even
away.
that. I think De Zerbi is actually still a very good manager. I still rate him, man. I don't know.
No, I rate
Really?
him also. I don't think he's a
Okay.
bad manager. I just think there are way too many new players in that team
Yeah.
for it to just click all of a sudden.
Too
Way
many
too
new
many new
pieces.
players.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
I don't know.
I'm movie that enjoy it, so that's fine.
I was just gonna do just like a quick one before we leave. Also, I was like watching
let's do
MUTV
that.
weirdly the other day,
Yeah.
and do you remember the last time we actually played Hull, bro?
Oh my God. Last time we played Hull, I think they have not been in the Prem for a while, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Was it under Jose?
So
2016?
it was actually 2014.
Oh,
Oh, Van
wow.
Gaal.
Van
Jeez.
Gaal, yeah.
Damn, it's been a
We
while.
played them on the 29th of November 2014.
Okay.
Actually some interesting players in that team also. Like they had Andy Robertson back then.
Ooh,
Hatem Ben Arfa. I think Maguire may have been there in that team.
baller. Hatem Ben Arfa, baller.
But I was just gonna say, like, do you remember? Do you want to take a crack at like our starting lineup from that game?
What?
2014. So think
This
Van
is Van
Gaal.
Gaal. Van Gaal era, right?
14,
I
15 season,
mean,
right?
David
Yeah.
De Gea in goal.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Mike Smalling.
That's what I was about to say.
Mike Smalling. Was Cameron Borthwick Jackson there in left back?
No. Think Licha before Licha.
Daley Blind.
No.
Licha before Licha.
Fellow Argentine.
Marcus Rojo.
Yep.
My God.
Cameron Borthwick Jackson was not the left back. Then, I mean, Luke
was-
Shaw. It's still
No.
Luke Shaw.
Wingbacks before wingbacks, bro.
Wingbacks before wingbacks. It was not Memphis Depay.
No.
Nah,
But he started. Memphis Depay started.
He didn't start actually. No.
He didn't start, okay. I mean, right back is probably Valencia.
Yep. Who used to play alongside him when they were both wingers. Who used to play across, like on the opposite side.
Why am I blanking at this point?
Englishman.
I know this.
Love putting crosses in.
Ashley Young. Of course, it's Ashley Young.
Oh my God.
Yes, Ashley Young. Now I know. Michael Carrick in midfield. Waza
up top, yeah.
Memphis?
Juan Mata.
Memphis actually wasn't there. Juan Mata, yep, was there. Played on the left, actually. No, did he play in midfield? He played in midfield, actually.
Yeah, so I think the midfield was probably
I
Carrick,
think it was like a
Mata.
4-2-1. Sorry, like a
4-3-3?
Yeah, probably like a 4-3-3, I would say.
So you got Mata, Carrick.
And I guess it was like, yeah, you're missing
the third midfielder,
someone
right?
who, like, yeah, sort of, what do you say? Defined that era.
Fellaini? Fellaini, yes. Fellaini. Waza was, I guess, up top.
Yeah, and then we're missing the other two.
Wingers, basically. Wingers at that time would have been Januzaj.
Nah, this guy came with like a lot of promise.
Di
Maria?
Maria?
Was that time? Di Maria, oh my days. Yeah, Di Maria, of course. I'm missing the...
Who's your right back? Right wing, sorry. Left side.
Nah, I think it was just striker then. I'm guessing Rooney played on the left if this is what it is, yeah.
So striker missing?
Yeah.
Van Persie?
Yeah, Van Persie.
Yeah.
And interestingly, this is the game that Di Maria actually picked up an injury, and I think this is actually when it started to go downhill for him, if I'm not wrong.
I mean, that
this was
game
like after the robbery and stuff,
Leicester.
Or?
I don't know, but I feel like this was also like one of the turning points.
Yeah, that whole Kanta scandal he made up, bro.
Yeah.
Man, everyone gets robbed, bro. Chill, you ain't special.
Man, what a throwback. What a throwback of a team that is.
2014.
I would.
Paddy McNair was on the bench for us that time, and now he's in Hull squad.
That's what I was thinking of, the other centre back, but then I figured it wasn't. He probably wasn't starting. Damn, what a fucking throwback of a team this is.
Right?
We were in the trenches, bro.
We were in the trenches, bro. Smalling and Rojo.
Smalling, Rojo.
Fellaini as a number 6.
Ashley Young, left back, bro. Oh my days. 82 crosses. Nah, this was good. This was good. Last time we played Hull was 2014.
Yeah.
Where we finished.
We finished 4th that season.
4th or 5th?
4th.
We got Champions League.
Yeah.
We got Champions League.
Second
he
season,
won the FA Cup. He won the FA Cup.
Second
Sixth or
season he won
seventh.
the FA Cup, but I think we finished
Yeah.
6th if I'm not wrong, because then we won the Europa the season after.
But we still qualified for Champions League because of the FA Cup win.
Because
I
of
think.
the FA Cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we qualified for Europa because of the FA
Or
Cup.
Europa.
So
Okay. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Was that when, like, what was it? Martial and Lingard scored, I think. Was it that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Martial.
Lingard scored the
Martial
winner.
scored against. It was.
Mata scored, I think, not Martial. Mata scored first. And
Was it Everton in the final we played or something? Or
Palace, no? Palace, yeah.
It was
Palace,
Palace.
yeah. It was Crystal Palace. Alan Pardew celebrating. I
Pardew did
remember.
the
Yeah, I
dance.
remember
Yeah.
that.
Alan too.
That was the beginning of jailings also, bro.
Oh yeah.
That's all we're gonna see with Marcus this season, bro. Celebrations. as long as he makes the Emirates a dance floor, I'm happy. Just do that. Just do that for us.
Throwback. Go throwback, yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Cunha surfing, Marcus
Cunha
hitting
surfing.
the thinker. Let's go. We will be there.
We're gonna be there. All right, that was good. Any more trivia? Are we good?
I can just look for something. Or you want to look something up, Grove?
Who was the top scorer that season? I guess it was
2014. I want to say Waza, actually. I think
Waza. I was gonna say also, yeah.
Should be, no? Yeah.
because Van Persie, I feel, wasn't playing as much
No,
that
he
season.
wasn't.
No.
Wait, was it also the season Waza broke the goal scoring record? I think.
No,
United.
that was
That was his last year,
2016?
no?
That was
Under Jose.
yeah,
That was under
Jose's
Jose.
Last year, the club.
That was under Jose, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's look it up.
That was when he broke with the free kick, right? Already died with the free kick.
He broke it
He
with the free
tied
kick.
it, or did he break it with the free kick?
Yeah, he broke it with
Yeah,
the free kick, yeah. Elite free kick though, also that.
That little from the corner.
Amazing free kick.
Ah,
Man still got it, bro. I see videos of him on like social media. You see him like just doing these commercial activities with like United players. He still got it, bro. He still got the
It was
shooting on him,
actually
the pace.
not very high numbers. He was our top scorer. He only managed 14 goals though in all competitions.
That was the top scorer?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's...
We didn't really have anyone like hit the, I think, 20 mark till I think Zlatan came.
Zlatan.
Before that, I think it was Van Persie. Then I think maybe Marcus at some point. Martial, I think, hit 20 in that COVID season.
Yeah.
And then I think Ron after that.
Yeah. Cavani?
Man, I would no.
Cavani actually
Never
did
hit
he hit
20.
it? Maybe
No,
I don't think so. Right?
Cavani
Yeah.
never hit 20. I would love to see Sheshko get 20, bro. Would be amazing.
He should. He really should. There's
You
no
know,
reason why.
Especially given how like last season it took him a while to get going.
A while.
But
Yeah.
once he got going, it was just like he was in the right place at the right
The
time.
ketchup
and
bottle
just
opening up, right?
knew how to get the goals. You know.
Yeah, but like 14 goals last year? 12? What was it?
No, I think our top scorer was still Cunha, or was it Mbeumo? One of them.
Mbeumo, I think.
Mbeumo, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Mbeumo.
But I think all of them finished with more than 10 goals, which was like good, I guess.
Would be mint.
Yeah.
I was also I saw a stat that I think Rashford is like 13
11.
goals away from 100 goals. So
Maybe he's still not hit 100 goals for us. Yeah, actually.
He might have some incentive at least. Maybe if he wants to have some motivation and find some motivation, that could be his incentive. Coming off the bench against a tired defense, could kind of get a few goals like that. Yeah.
But then he doesn't celebrate it, shows he's unhappy, and it ruins the mood. Like, man.
The thing is,
I do feel like the fact that he was sort of coached by Carrick when Ole was manager, I think there's probably some connection there and maybe willingness to.
Okay.
But also, I think with United in general, like, I mean, if he does well, he scores that goal in his first game, everyone will get behind him. That's just how the fan base is.
Yeah.
I think if he shows it, if he shows the willingness, the fan base is more than happy to get behind him, bro. It's not like we want to hate the player or not want him to succeed.
Yeah. Just takes one goal, like one game winner, equalizer.
Yeah. Back. It might even do wonders for him and his own.
His confidence.
His own confidence. Where he might feel like, okay, you know what, this is actually where I want to be, and I want to really prove myself. I'm gonna do it again, and
But nah, I'll probably end up missing the game, I think, because I'll be out that day, I think, for lunch with our folks. So
then we're gonna win.
It's on you, bro.
Then we're winning, bro.
Only one of us has to watch.
Because this is the trick, bro. Whenever me and Jervis watch the game together, like
actually, Ruben and Vishnu have to watch, so Ruben has to watch it at least.
Yeah, at least one of you has to watch it, bro. Because every time we say United are trash, and then you guys watch it, and we just play mint football, bro.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That season, I watched 4 games and you won each of those games by 4 more goals. I'm like, what are you guys talking about, bro? You guys are cooking, like.
But no, whenever me and Jervis are watching the game at the same time in our own homes or our own countries, we lose, bro. We just lose. I think it's our collective negative energy about this club that just makes us lose. But then when it's just one of us watching, the team's doing just fine. So it's
no,
good.
it's Saturday PM. Oh, okay, it's not. But Saturday 6 PM though, bro. Right? Or am I
6
tripping?
p.m. No, it
Or-
was for me
It's
3:30 over here. So
1:30. Yeah, 3:30 for you, bro, Jervis. Yeah, 3:30
5 PM.
kickoff for you.
Oops.
yeah, I may just get like a bit of the first half. I think.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna watch it. I think so. I will be sure to be spamming you with lots of messages about fucking
Man.
Dallo lost the ball again, bro. Dallo needs to go, bro. Shaw's getting caught out again
Yeah.
and again, bro.
They're having a
And,
proper discussion at lunch and suddenly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Group chat's gonna be going off.
Then just be like, bro, Bruno went down injured.
Middle of like dinner. Oh, sorry, lunch. But it's like, why are you so quiet, Sunny? I'm like, bruh.
My team has considered
Yeah.
last minute winner.
Oh, it's just a game. It's just a game. Like,
Tom
bro.
Holland meme when your girl trying to show you something funny. He's just like,
Man, but no, I'm still excited for the season. I genuinely hope like Carrick can have a good season and he can stay the whole season. I don't want another season where we see another manager be sacked halfway through because things are just not working out. I want this to work at least for one season. We need some stability and for someone to be there who can build some good foundations for us and then hopefully be our version of an Arteta or a Pep.
yeah.
So yeah. We will be there. I'm excited for the new season. I think Real Madrid also play pretty soon on the same weekend.
Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday.
Only.
Most likely Saturday. Okay.
Then we will be back. We will do a full download, post-match reaction and everything, post the Premier League weekend, post the La Liga weekend. Depending on how each of our teams plays, is there going to be a lot of ranting going on or just a lot of delusional takes of how everyone's going to win the league this season? But all right, stay tuned for that, and we will see you all in the next one.